Forever be better. Okay, we're doing it. We're actually live. This is crazy. I wonder if this is gonna stay recorded somewhere. I think it will be. Add stream marker. Okay, we'll figure this out. There's no one here. That's cool. Um, hello. Okay, I won't lie. I don't know what to do or say, which I think is the lighting is not super great. Let's see if this is better. Oh, that is better. Um. Okay. So, hello. My name's Joshua. I'm starting a company. Um. Oh, hey. Okay, we can do more stuff. Nice. I just got. Now I can create highlight videos, and I can add stream markers. I'm just gonna play around with some of this stuff. Oh, so there's a bunch of features I don't have access to, but I just got access to 2 more features, so that's cool. Um. Okay, so I'm just gonna think about like what I can and can't say. Um. I think I can say kind of a lot, to be honest. Um. Do I have any interesting stories to even tell? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Um so the weird thing is, okay, maybe I should just talk about this. I want I think to do this well, I have to be pretty open with my life and business and stuff. But I think in general, I'm a pretty private person. So I don't want to talk about too much. So I don't want to talk about too much stuff, but I think I need to talk about a lot of stuff. But I also kind of do want to talk about a lot of stuff. I'm rambling. So the point is, I don't know what to talk about. I feel like this is the right thing to do, is to get good at streaming and figure out how to like edit the streams to um, get good at streaming, and then how to edit the streams to grow a channel. And then once the channel is up and running, I can then direct the audience to our product once it's out, pretty much. That's the truth, if I'm being honest. Um, I also think it's like good for my career, and it feels like it's fun. It feels like it would be something that would be fun. When I was in university, which I started university 11 years ago, or when I was in university, I wanted to do a podcast, and I did do it, but I wish I was more consistent with it. So now I feel like I want to do I want to stream, and I want to do it properly so that 10 years from now I can look back and be like, I'm glad I did that. Okay. Well, yeah. So I think that's the part of the motivation for doing this. So I'm gonna try and I think it'd be cool to try and stream like wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, like once a week. Sort of like um you know that app that made you take a picture of whatever you're doing once a day? Um that was really popular during COVID. I forget what it's called, but that thing. It'll be like my own version of that. And then if the audience, if my audience grows, if I get an audience, then I'll also do like more like edited videos that create a real narrative about what's happening in the business and my life and stuff like that. Um, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so um, what happened this week? You can't see. Wait, let's see if you can see the dogs. Yeah, you can't really see them. Suru! Okay, you can see her coming. Oh, so cute. Shame, man. Um, Come on. Shame she doesn't like being picked up, but she likes tummy rubs. But I just want to show you her. Oh, hey, little doggy. Oh, yeah, I see. She doesn't like that. Okay. Goodbye. Goodbye. You're a good doggy. Okay, so I want to talk about what happened this week. What happened this week? So I don't even know what to say. So I have a really cool business partner, which I'm really excited about. He's older. He worked at Amazon. He's not that old, but he's a bit older than me. He worked at Amazon. Um, I think he did quite well there. Um, and so he's funding our company, and then I'm like running it. Um, so I'm like sprinting every day trying to make things happen. Um, and he's very much involved. He's risking capital. He's already formed some really, really important relationships for us. So, and he's come with a lot of good ideas. So, yeah, I think it's a really sick partnership. So I'm keen to. So I'm excited about it. I think with everything, there's always like little things that are like, okay, can we move? Can we get this sorted out a bit quicker? Or this thing isn't quite where you'd want it to be, or you know, um, yeah, there's like stuff uh, that you want to get sorted out. Um, what can I tell you? Um, what can I tell you? There's a guy called there's a guy called John Henry who it's so cool watching his stuff because he gives you insights into his business and stuff, but it can be a bit boring. Like it's very dry businessy stuff. Like it was pretty boring until he got kicked out of his company, and then it was like, oh my god, I need to watch every single thing that he says in this video. So yeah, so I'm trying to think like what's not boring. So I'll say this: one of the relationships that um, my partner has built, probably actually the main relationship, which it's a really big one, but it's the one that he's built, is with like one of the larger residential solar installer companies in the country. It might be, it's probably top three, and it's not three, kind of a situation. Um, and it's really interesting seeing what a high performing culture is like from the inside. Like, there's stuff that you would assume that people are doing and stuff that they're not doing, and you'd be wrong. And I don't know if it's just a South Africa thing, and if you go to like other countries, it's different. But like, it is something that's quite um, amazing to me, and it's quite deliberate, right? Like, it's very deliberate. So they, the culture of that company has like a lot of drinking, like a lot of drinking and partying and celebrating and stuff. Like, remember, this is like a market leading company in the country. Um, but yeah, the culture is just there's a lot of drinking, and I don't know how people are able to concentrate and make good decisions and work long hours while they're like dealing with some degree of a hangover most weeks, right? Like obviously not drinking literally every day, but like most Fridays, and then weeks like this week or last week, there was a lot of events that were being held by suppliers and by wholesalers and distributors and whatever, where they were so they were having a lot of parties with obviously with alcohol, and so pretty much the whole week the whole week, people were like, it was like Tuesday, and then it was like Friday, and then over the week, like it was crazy. Um, and then the company itself, the solar company, had their own party or whatever, and at that thing, I could overhear like the directors and executives and stuff saying like, we've got to get pictures. So this is where the deliberateness comes in, right? During their, it was like a year-end celebration thing. During that, they were like, we've got to take pictures of everything, um, because, and we need to show people that we do this because this is how you get good talent. You get good talent by having a good culture and advertising a good culture and showing like, hey, working here is fun. Which I was like, oh wow, okay. So there's a level of like, this is a deliberate thing. And this is something that I spoke about so I came back home to my parents' place and I was discussing it with them and they were like, this is so interesting. So like my family, that's a military helicopter. That's crazy. It's so loud. Hey, shh, shh. The military, man. Anyway, where they like, what are they even doing? Where are they going? Why are military helicopters? We're not at war. Anyway, um, what was I saying? Yeah, okay. So the culture of drinking, which is that's the thing that stands out to me because my family we don't drink that much. Like my parents don't drink. I do, but not that much, and I try not to. So I found it really interesting that so I came back. So I would like come back home and I told them my parents about this and be like, hey, you won't believe this really successful company. This is like a core thing about like how they get good people. Um and you know, my parents are like, that's they thought it was fascinating. And I think it's they also obviously know that this is like a successful company. So they were like, that's very interesting. Like not like, oh, that's so bad. They were like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Like, I guess if it's like if it's working, you know, and it was something they were really like like my dad even was really like reflecting on it. Like, that's very fascinating. So and so we got into a conversation, and I remember like one of the things that I was kind of saying was, um, I think so. Amazon, as far as I know, has a very different culture, and I think their culture is nearly counter positioned against like Google's culture, which is interesting to say that because Amazon started before Google, but their culture is like, so if you know anything about like Google and like just general tech startup culture in Silicon Valley, at least in like the early 2010s, um, obviously the engineers got paid very high salaries, but on top of that, they also had like beanbags and massages and baristas and this and that and blah blah blah. Blah. And I think the whole so practically they were trying to keep people in the office longer, but I think they were also trying to do the same sort of concept of like working here is fun, come work here. It was also very hard to get a job at Google, but once you're in, it's like, yes, it's high pressure and you need to be very smart and blah blah blah. But on top of all of that, it was just like a nice environment. Amazon, from what so I'm listening to the sort of a book about their history right now, the Everything Store. It's a great book. Amazon's not like that at all. Amazon, the perk, their culture, the perk you get for working at Amazon is you get to be part of a winning team. That's it. They will drive you into the ground. You'll, if you're a software engineer, you will get carpal tunnel. You still have to pay for your own parking and buy your own coffees. You still have to do all that jazz. Look, this might be different now, but at least the way it's described in this book is it's like there are no perks. You get your salary, and then above your salary, of course, you get stock options. And other than that, the thing, the the perk or the culture that you get, their culture is a culture of winning. And so the perk, in quotes, the perk that you get from working at the company is you get to be part of a winning team. And if that matters to you, come work with us. So there, the culture is not drinking, it's not beanbags and baristas and masseuses and free lunch and dinner and shuttles and all that jazz. It's just like, you're gonna work hard, and you will, and this is a sincere thing, you will feel satisfied with the fruits of your labor. So then that makes me think about, like, what kind of company do I want to build and be a part of? Do I just want it to be like, hey, the the perk you get for working here is you're part of a winning team? Um, do I want um, do I want it to be drinking? No, personally, I don't. Or drinking and partying or whatever, however you want to describe it. No, I don't personally want that. Um, but yeah, I do think that, like, you need to have, like, a brand as an employer. And, like, even to get, like, our next first employee, our first whatever, our next employee, right? Like, they're going to have to know some, hopefully they're going to know some stuff about our company, and the stuff that they know about the company hopefully resonates with them. And above the money that they get paid and the potential equity or options or whatever that they get, that they buy into the mission and just the way we do things. Like, every day they come in and they're like, yeah, I enjoy being here because X and Y and Z. Um, and I don't know what that is, to be honest. Like, I have some ideas. I think if I were to talk about those ideas, I think I can and should talk about those ideas now. Um, I think one of the things is our, like, mission. So this is as you may have gathered, this is a company focused on energy. We're starting in South Africa. Um, it's a it's focused on energy. It's focused on solar, right? Like, that's where we're at. Um, if you're someone who thinks that's an important thing for South Africa and for the continent, I hope that would add to your mission. Sorry, that would add to the reason why you want to work with the company. Um, I think if you, I don't know if this is like, I don't know if this would give us a differentiated employer brand, but, like, if you want to grow, like, if you want to be put into situations that you've never been in before and be forced to figure it out, and take us to the next, and unlock that and take yourself and the company to the next level. I think that I think that's something that would be cool. Um, I like Netflix thing of, like, we're not a team. Sorry, we're not a team. We're not a we're not a family. We're a team. Um, and the thing I like about that is, like, the thing that I like about that is, like, this is like a game in a way. Like, it's serious, but it's a game, right? There's rules. You are aspiring for some outcome. Um, you take turns. You don't take turns, obviously. Um, yeah, it's a game. And when the game ends, we put the ball away and we go home to our family, to our actual family. But, like, you play games with people you like. So I think that's the thing, is then I would love for there to be, like, real camaraderie and, like, real, like, I got you, you got me. Um, it would be nice to be able to hang out socially. And I do think that's important. I don't I don't honestly, I don't really want people in a company that um that feel like going to those kind of things is an obligation. I would want people to feel like, you know what, I actually like the people I work with and I would like to spend obviously not too much time, but like a little bit of time outside of work with those people. And it's not just like a purely economic thing. And even if, the you were to move on, or this person, this hypothetical employee were to move on from the company, they would still try and maintain some kind of relationship with the people they worked with. You play games with people you like. Hey, it's okay. Hey, what's going on? Why are you making noise? Come here. So Omole likes to be picked up. Oh, you don't want to be picked up. Well, sorry, too bad. Look at him. Hey, bud. Okay, bye, bud. Yeah, so that's something. Um, the thing I haven't said is like how this translates into um success. So I guess recruiting and retention, like if you work with people you like and working at the company is kind of fun and you believe in the mission, I think you'll want to stay and you'll want to, excuse me, you'll want to contribute to that. Um, yeah, I really do believe in this mission. I believe like if Africa has more energy, preferably, this is my caveat, preferably green energy, but we need energy. Um, but if we have more energy, I think we get, closer to um, a country that we really want to live in. So yeah, a country, a continent that we really want to live in. So um, yeah, there was a post about, I think it's Femi Otedola. He's a Nigerian billionaire. He was like riding a bicycle. God damn it! He was riding a bicycle through Singapore, and he was like, and he took a video and posted it on Twitter, and the caption read something like, "It's so nice being in a country that works." And people just started flaming him. People were like, brother, the way you became rich was by exploiting the country that you're from and um, partnering with the government to like extract resources from the country. Um, Essentially, you got rich by making the country that you lived in worse. And now you're going to other countries and saying, oh, wow, it's so nice being here because this country is run by the leadership of the country is like good. And I personally don't want that. I don't want to have to move to another country um, because the country that I'm from and have lived most of my life in and has made me successful is not a nice place to be. So this the sort of selfish reason is, yeah, I want to make the country a nicer place so that it'll be nicer to live in. Is the selfish reason. It's one of the reasons, not the main reason. I think the main reason is yeah, I think we can raise the standard of living for like literally if we do this properly, literally millions of people. Um, so yeah, so that would be my that would be my my that would be my pitch on the mission. Um, yeah. So yeah, and then we don't give up. We work really hard. Um, we try and be innovative. We try and learn from everyone. Um, we we debate. We Yeah. Anyway, okay. I don't have any stories this time. Those are just thoughts. Do I have any stories? Nah. I think, yeah. Um, I don't know what else to say. I've been talking for 25 minutes. I think that's enough. Uh, I'll try and do one of these a week. Um, yeah, today I had a bit of time, so I did it, but and no one tuned in, which is cool because I didn't tell anyone I was doing this. But yeah, turns out I can speak for 25 minutes on stuff. Exciting. Exciting. Okay, I'll do another one next week, and hopefully we can get some people to come in and drop some messages and stuff.